Ladies and gentlemen, let's strap in for a new episode. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy day. Championship here for my favorite Champions League club called PSV Eindhoven. Really beautiful day, guys. But as always, on a Sunday, we didn't skip the weekly close. So, guys, let's dive directly into the charts. Welcome. Hope you had a beautiful Sunday anyways. So, let's get strapped in, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start off. Where shall we start off? Because there are so many things happening here. Let me quickly check this. Where are we? Let's start with Bitcoin today. How's life? Hope you had a beautiful weekend. So let's start off with Bitcoin now. Hi, welcome. Weekly close above 10 cents. Well, that's the question. Let's start off with Bitcoin because we actually had quite a decent escape here. So this is what makes me really bullish today, guys. This is what makes me really bullish. So we had the structure in the short term for Bitcoin. We had the structure. And this structure broke out today. We went to about 106. 106. And that was also the target. So we reached the target and went down directly afterwards. But typically I would say after this retest today earlier, this is it. This is what we're waiting for. The week is almost over. So Bitcoin will have a very decent weekly close. Maybe even the highest weekly close ever. I need to check. Is this the highest weekly close ever? Well, it might be very close. So far, guys, this is the highest weekly close ever. In the history of Bitcoin, it hasn't been this high. So let's see. Let's hope we actually close like this. But in general, guys, this is what you're looking for Bitcoin to make this move, to escape from this pattern, to go higher than 106k. So this is looking very decent. On the other end, though, this live stream is called the weekly close for CRO, of course. Cronos CRO, the crypto.com currency. It isn't doing all that hot. So it's currently sitting below 10 cents. Just below 10 cents. 9.85, 9.9, 9.9, let's say 9.9 cents now. It's below this line. This is the big resistance now. And it does need to cross it. It needs to cross the 21 week. So that's, guys, why we're still below it. That's also, if you take a look at Bitcoin CRO, the CRO Bitcoin pair, it is still trading in this range. We've been talking about this, I think, in the last week's video as well on Wednesday. We are in this range. And we are trading up and down. It's a wave. Until we escape to either one or the other direction. And I think I have to see it also in relationship with here Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is the overall indicator for altcoins versus Bitcoin. And it's climbing up again. It's still lower though. So if it closes like this, I'm a very happy coin baron. I would say the overall trend is still down. But we might have another. We might have a resurgence again. Today, guys, it's Bitcoin Day. It is Bitcoin Day. But again, let me know how you guys are doing. I see random token in the chat. Weekly close above 10. Struggling, but still possible. Definitely. Nobody, welcome. Baron, every time you stream, the market loses all its gains from the day. Ouch. You know what to do. It's the short Baron indicator. Sanja, welcome as well. Welcome, guys. Honestly, this makes me very happy to see this. It makes me very happy to see what just happened. It's also, I just scribbled this down, right? But it follows it quite nicely. It follows it quite nicely. So yeah, you can say a lot of things right now about Cronos, about it underperforming, but you know it's still in the same range. So nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy, guys. Be patient, I guess. Be patient. So far, we're still talking about higher lows. And I like to say higher lows. Welcome, guys. Welcome, Maxime. Welcome. So, guys, I drank a bit too much beer today. Just bear with me. Just to give you a bit of an indicator. I was here today. in the city. Not with the kids, but more celebrating with the rest of the city. I think this is this is a good example of me drinking beers, etc., having fun. So not really busy with the charts, gonna be very honest. But I also posted a tweet today. I was in the train. Today, and I take a look at what was happening actually with this circulating supply. Do you guys still follow the news regarding the 70 billion unburn? The 70 billion unburn. So today had this happened, or not today, yesterday. We had another vesting. So now 2.3 billion CRO is available in the Cronos strategic reserve. Very interesting. It is not sold, guys, so you can still check this. Let's load. PSV, yeah. you know it, Joseph. When AMA? Before the end of the month, so he still has about 12 days. 12 days for Meiko. Yeah, you can see it, 2.3 bill. Not many people follow this, but I think this is, one of the most important things to follow. This, guys, is a wallet. And the minute this moves outside of this wallet, then I think something is going to happen. I don't know what. It can be very big. It can be very minor. So far, it is nothing. It's like nothing really happened. The only thing which is positive for the CRO token is that now if you go to CoinGecko, guys, you can see that the CRO token is slowly moving up regarding market cap. So currently it's 46, so not all that high. But if you take a look at the circulating supply, it now perfectly aligns with also the actual circulating supply as mentioned here by CRO, by the Cronos chain. That's good. I think here you can see it somewhere. 97 billion supply tokens minus the 68. The 68 still locked here in this account. Is this account 70 billion minted, still 67 locked here. 67 billion point 66666666666. Hey Kermit, welcome. Mr. Fate, Jesus Believer. Hey Coinbaron, when can we expect Cronos to have this end of the month AMA? I guess before the end of the month? I don't know. But does it bother you, this 70 billion issue for CRO? Not really, Mr. Fate, because again, it's they don't really, they're not planning to dump in the community. That's not my belief so far. The IDs have shown, I think, are majorly ways to actually help demand, for example, ETF issuance, and it requires CRO to fund it, to seed it, but there's no requirement to sell it. So I think it can, yeah, it's a bit strange, but in the short term, talking short term, right? In the short term, I do not believe it will really hurt the CRO token itself. It won't really hurt it because I don't see much sell pressure. I think there won't be any sell pressure. AMA with who? With Mirko. So anyone wondering, Mirko, I'll go to Twitter quickly. Mirko is the head of Cronos Labs. Mirko. I don't know how to pronounce. I think Mirko. Somebody said it's Mirko. Yeah, this is him. This is the loaded lion, of course. It's not. I haven't really seen a picture of him yet, but I guess he also goes to events, so he is doxed to some extent. If you take a look at his replies, a while back he responded to someone saying, well, here it is. AMA is due, and we'll schedule it before the end of the month. AMA is due, and schedule it before the end of the month. So basically an AMA with the Cronos team. And not only Mirko, but also I think Emily. Emily is a very important one. Emily, or Sky Girl here on Twitter. Emily Sip. She is the business developer of Cronos. So she does the networking, she does the talks. You can see her to the left here, doing all the talks with the I don't know who this is, honestly. This is, by the way, a very old TV. I don't know. Been a long time since I've seen such a big bezels for TVs. My parents still have one like that, of course, even bigger bezels, but I don't know, but it bothers me. Bothers me for some reason. Bjorn, welcome. I have to watch later today. Enjoy the stream. Have a good one, Bjorn. Enjoy, enjoy. Hello, Johnny Sevenfold. Welcome. And Ramito as well. Via avond. Okay, but that's happening, guys. AMA probably within the next... Yeah, it has to be within the next 12 days. So stay tuned. If it happens, when we get a date, I will let you know. I will let you know. The good thing, though, guys, about typically the Cronos Labs AMAs is that they are less scripted than the AMAs with Chris Marzalek by Crypto.com. So Chris Marzalek, CEO of Crypto.com, he knows that his words matter a lot. He knows his words matter because take a look at what happened with CZ. He went to jail. Why did he go to jail? Well, partially because what he was saying, and partially because, well, he was doing shady stuff. Somewhat shady. But you know, CZ, he done his time. He was guilty, but now he's a free man again. So let's also chill with CZ. I mean, he did his job. But yeah, so I do believe, guys, if you have a question, like an honest question, sometimes, or I do believe that Mirko, or Skygirl on this occasion will have a somewhat transparent answer. If it's bad news, or Cronos does not address the 70 billion as AMA, will you sell or be upset? Yeah, I don't know. Again, Mr. Fages, I think everything that we need to know about this 70 billion is known by this point. So quickly going back to this post here. So the high level plans, you can take a look at the golden age for Cronos proposal. Yeah, so I think no. So will I be upset? Will I sell? Not at this point. I've heard enough. I know enough to make my decision personally. Just let me know, Fages. What would you like to know? That's the big question here. What would you like to know? Because now you're shooting, and then if you have an actual question, I'm not pointing necessarily to you, right? But just in general, I see a lot of people saying, well, they need to address the 70 billion. What do they need to address? It's all in here. It's literally all in here. The only thing is they haven't really, provided all the nitty-gritty details. But you see, in the left here, let's go to screen recording. For example, it's going to be used for the ETF seeding. More incentives, development funds, grant and incubation. That's kind of the plan here. CRO is at the heart of the bold ambitions to reach billions of new users. Hey, what's up, Marty? What's up, man? Yeah, so basically, guys, we know already quite a few things about the funds, what they're going to do with it. We also know whenever it's available because we know exactly the vesting schedule. If you don't believe me, I will show it to you quickly. Let me go to Minscan. Look, that's the good thing about blockchain, isn't it? So you can just go towards Minscan. And then we can go to this here and then not to this one. Here it is. Vestings. Periodic. Every month. So the next one will be on the 17th of June. The 17th, we will see 1.16 billion CRO. I would like to know if they plan to sell the 70 billion in the open market. If they sell 10 billion CRO, that would take too much liquidity from us as holders. That's my big worry. Well, let's go back to the big picture, right? Because I think we can even answer that ourselves. Incentives and rewards. Does that mean selling? Not necessarily. They can send pro rewards.
that could be sold off. But yeah, that's not like a market sell. Seeding ETF, that's actually not selling. App and exchange benefits, that's potential selling. Again, like the same as rewards. Development funds, that is a potential sell, not by the Cronos team, but by people receiving development funds. But typically, again, this is a tiered approach. So they get the fund by reaching certain milestones. And those milestones typically also come with additional demand for the token. Grants and incubation, same. Payment currency for shared AI services. I do understand here that it's a bit mixed. It's a bit mixed. It's like current use cases of the token and also new ones. It could be better. This picture could be better. Yeah. I'm taking a look here. I think the details should be in the pudding here. The proof's in the pudding, not the details. Hey, Mr. Justin, welcome. What's up, dude? At least I don't believe they will themselves sell the tokens. That would make no sense, but they could give it away in some sort. Like, if you do the grants and incubations, you will give it away to CRO, and the teams can decide to sell. Or sometimes, and I think that would make more sense, that's a bit of guessing here. So I think the better question will be, if a team gets like a grant, a CRO grant, will they have a lockup period, or will they have to do X or Y or Z? I think that's a good question. That would be a good question there. I can't really see it here. But yeah, don't expect that there will be 10 billion of CRO sold this year. That's what we're talking about, guys, by the way. That's what we're talking about today. So you guys are here for the short term, right? You might say, no, I'm here for the long term, but you're also here for the short term. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this today. So in the short term, I'm talking until like 2026, it is now May. There will be an unlock in June. There will be an unlock in July, August, September, October, November, December. How many more months? About 6. 6 more unlocks, guys. 6 more unlocks. That's what we're talking about here. 6 more unlocks for CRO. So 6 times 1.16. You can do the math, right? You can do the math. So the additional supply, it won't really change that much. It will change a bit, but again, we don't know if it's going to be available in the market or not. We actually never had an AMA before. Nobody's asking if you ever had an AMA with Mirko. Mirko is new, or not new. He is he's recently appointed as the new Cronos lead. Unfortunately, his predecessor, Ken Timsit, I think he left the team. Yeah, he left the team. He's no longer working for Crypto.com or for Cronos Labs. And he did a lot of AMAs before. Strapped in. Hey, welcome, John. Strapped in. I'm more than bullish, dude. I'm super bullish. Just take a look at what happened with Bitcoin. It's perfect, guys. Escape here from this pattern. Went up. Of course, after reaching our target, we went down a bit again. That's all normal. It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan, ladies and gentlemen. So this is good. Overall, escape from this pattern. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy. Happy Coin Baron. Yeah, for Cronos, we're still... By the way, I actually bought more CRO. It's actually quite funny. If you take a look here at this pattern, every time we go back to this here, to this blue line. So I was buying whenever we hit the blue line. Blue line was a buy moment in the short term, at least. Now we're actually going down. We're going down. But even here, I actually have a quite good feeling about this. I have a quite good feeling about this. Why? Well, what does it look like to you guys? Do you maybe see a little bit of a flag in this? A little bit of a flag. Typically, this is a normal flag.
or well, an actual flag typically looks more like this. This will be the best flag pattern there is, but still, we can also draw this is actually the bearish, the bearish, a bullish wedge flag. Wedge. This is the one. It's a bad flag, guys. I can't draw. I always lost draw IO games. Only way is up here. Definitely. But yeah, I'm bullish. Like Joseph. Hey Pete, welcome. Let's strap in, my dude. I've been here since 2021 in CRO, so I'm not sure how much more strapped in I have to be. Well, you have moments where you need to be just a little bit more strapped in, my dude. Just a little bit more. You can't hear me. I think you need to enable sound. Enable sound. Put it harder. Welcome, Jockey, by the way. Mergo has been with CDC since 2021. So, where is it? Mergo has been with CDC since 2021, but in a more junior role before being promoted to Ken's role. Yeah, so now he's really like customer facing, or well, customer facing. He's the public person for the team now. Previously, he's been more the code guy. But what I understood from a talk with the interview with Alex last Tuesday is that Ken was a very intelligent man, knew everything about the tech side. So I think I just showed you he worked at Consensus, he worked at, I don't know, a few big companies before. So Ken was really a tech guy, a really good tech guy, but like marketing and speaking and all those things, the question is, was he the right person at the right place, right? He was the right person, but not the right place, maybe. So I actually don't know. They never really officially told us, like, I left the company or I left the place, I left the team. We never really heard anything. So the question is, what happened there? I don't know. Nobody knows, unfortunately. Audio is good. I hear you. Thanks. So yeah, unfortunately, we will never know. We'll never know what happened with Ken. Yeah, I'm just, guys, I'm very happy what's happening so far. We are currently above the 21 day. We might get a retest one day with the 21 day, and that would be good. I would be fine with a retest here. This is going to be continuing for, I think, the next 24 hours, maybe the next 48 hours. But this pattern is closing out, guys. And according to what we've just seen here with Bitcoin, what we've seen here, the only way is up. The only way is up. That's my belief. No financial advice. Let's ask the A-ball, guys. Is the only way up? Is the only way up, Mr. A-ball? Come on. No, chances aren't good. Okay. Well, you've heard it from A-ball, you've heard it from me. Multiple outcomes, guys, unfortunately. Yeah. Well, CRO Bitcoin, guys, this is all according to plan. Again, I don't know when the breakout is coming, but I think it's coming. My belief here. The only thing that kind of worries me is what's been happening with Ethereum, or worrying. We're going to close this week red. And doesn't feel that way. I think ETH had a great run. Had an absolutely great run, but still this week is going to be red. Whoa. So a lot of momentum lost. That's the thing, right? We lost a lot of momentum for CRO. That feels bad, but it's fine. It's fine. It's time to reset. Just take a look how big this candle was. This candle was so huge. Talk about 40%. Guys, you can't even say this is a big red candle, right? It's a small, this is the smallest red candle you've ever seen. I have to zoom in super close. The only way is up is a song from my youth. I can't play it, unfortunately, but I'm very curious. But the algorithm will, unfortunately, not algorithm, the YouTube will cut the song off. I still wonder, though, how the burns will look. Wasn't he meant to be one in Q1 of 2025? I think there was a burn. There has been a burn, Mr. XGen. I can check that one for you. I will do, Pete, I will do. Let me check for you, because there was a burn. And you can also follow that. I think it's burn. Yeah, here it is. Total amount burned. We're talking now. Sorry, this is super bright white. Dark mode, please. Please. So you can take a look at the burn history. Okay, that burn. No, this is the burn. Happened literally the last day of of Q1. March 31st, 50 million crow. But yeah, it's guys, we are yesterday 1.16 billion. 1.16 billion was released. 50 million was burned. So yeah, we're talking about not even 5%. Not even 5%. They will burn, and after a year they will unburn. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Hey, Terry. Oh my god, Terry's strapped in for real now. Guys, Terry got he ordered a strap for me. He ordered the strap. And I think he's strapped in for now for real. I hope it arrived at least. Yeah, but that's the thing, guys. So burn. The burn mechanism now, it's not really strong. It is not really strong. But that's okay. That's okay. Because in Q4 of 2025, they promised to actually release a new burning mechanism. They promised to bring a new burning mechanism. And we don't know much yet. That's the honest truth. But let me show you what I'm talking about here. Hey, Stacy, welcome. Let's strap in for that one. So this, guys, and I'm going to show you here the screen. This is the roadmap for Cronos. And I'm actually curious. I haven't really done this the check yet. We're getting very close to the end of Q2. Well, we have about half a quarter left. We still need to finish, I think, a few things here from this list. So Cronos Assistant, AI-powered news. I haven't seen it yet. Crypto super agent for on-chain activities. I haven't seen it yet. But in all honesty, it could be that they are releasing this all in one go. Like end of Q2, big release. Would make sense, I guess. Would make sense. We're also still working on Agent Wallet. Well, okay. Expansion of AI Agent. They're actually doing that. They did that. So kudos for that one. And yeah, they did a few more things. I do know they finished this one. They are working on the ZK Gateway. That's still true. It's also still in the works. This one has been finished. And this one has been finished as well. The Blockchain Explorer and the Parallel Execution. Ah, okay. Got received. Great stuff, man. But everyone is waiting for this. The new token burn. This is the big news of Q4. Whenever it's going to be released, we don't know. Q4 is unfortunately long away from now. But it's coming. It's coming, guys. So then don't forget to be bullish about that as well. It probably will come when we most need it. Yeah. We will get this pump, and suddenly we're going to talk about burns. This is potentially like a major well, price hike thing, right? I can show you an example of the last time I've seen an exchange token pump like crazy after an announcement regarding burns. Let me show it to you quickly. It is the BGB token, not Binance, not BNB, the BGB. This happened, guys, after the, well, not entirely after, but I think here we got the announcement for the burn. And I think this was a bit of the effect of the news.
This was the effect. So maybe we get an announcement end of Q3, Q4. And we make the move. In actuality, guys, and that's also what you see here, the burn doesn't do that much regarding demand. So I do hope we'll get different things as well that can help demand. CRO is going to be so huge, and people are still sleeping on it. It's so funny. I think, honestly, Chris, you're right on this. I think you're honestly right about this, because it is the opportunity of a lifetime. And I'm so happy, though, guys, that I discovered this, that I'm here with you guys, because I do know that whenever I'm going to meet you guys, if I have the honor, we can all be wealthy men, because we're all here. We discovered something very interesting with a clear use case, clear utility. Because also, don't forget, guys, credit cards are coming. Credit cards. The first cards that were ever released for credit cards, like crypto cards, I mean, they came from crypto.com. That's what also made the CRO token and crypto.com platform so huge in the first place. Unfortunately, by now, I think the newness, the shininess of these credit cards or crypto cards, so confusing. It's kind of gone, because everyone and the mother offers a debit card now. You got Binance, you got Maxi, you got even MetaMask now. Everyone is offering their own crypto credit card, their own crypto Visa card. But the credit card offering is still relatively new, and that requires a lot of work, like from a legal point of view, to actually get it done with a credit card. So I don't know. I honestly believe that this can be a big way or big reason why there is more demand in the US, for example, for more CRO lockup or more CRO buys, because they need to lock up for those cards. I think that might be a potential catalyst. We don't know yet, unfortunately, when the credit cards are going to be released. They should be coming very soon, very soon. But I think when the actual launch is live, if I was the company, I would start doing like advertisements, marketing campaigns the minute it goes live, right? Doing it now makes no sense. I want to know what the future of burns will look like. The one from the Cronos roadmap. Yeah. I think it's going to be huge. It could be huge. Could be. So we're going back down currently, guys, to this line. About 9.7 cents. It's very close here. It's actually quite good that we're holding on. We're holding on nicely here. So potential great buying opportunity. And why are we going down? Well, it is because Bitcoin is making very slight moves now. Slight moves to the downside. But overall, on a daily scale, on a weekly scale, it's looking very good here for Bitcoin. I'm looking forward to the AMA at the end of the month. Do you have any questions, Mr. Kai? I'm also strapped in there. Yeah, but in all honesty, guys, any BGB holder out there, congratulations. You made probably a great profit here with BGB, because it was only peanuts. $1. $1, and it went all the way to about currently $5 now. That's how quick it can go, guys. It can go from 1 to 5 in minutes, or well, minutes. This was a few days, few weeks maybe. Let's quickly go to the rainbow chart, by the way. Somebody asked a question in the Discord recently. Coin Baron, could you make a new rainbow chart with the new CRO supply? And unfortunately, I cannot do that, because this rainbow chart is not based on supply. It's based on price movement. So unfortunately, it does not include any changes in supply. Maybe it should. Maybe it shouldn't. The Bitcoin rainbow chart also doesn't really include supply. A little bit, maybe, due to the curvature. But yeah, this was created thinking there was never going to be more than 30 billion. But again, we don't know about the burns. So let's keep it like it is. I think it's still a useful tool, as long as it's not broken. I gotta say though, guys, the rainbow chart
It felt very close when we were touching this line, and again and again and again and again. Yeah, that was kind of scary. But now we're getting close to the end of the week. So let's talk about weekly candles a bit more, because here we do have the MACD. The MACD, moving average, convergence, divergence. Take a look here about converging here, converging lines. Bullish cross. And this bullish cross comes with a bullish indicator here. Green candle, guys. We're gonna have the first green MACD candle since the first ever in 2025 at least. The first in 2025. Let me remind you, the last time we had a bullish cross for the MACD, that was in 2024. That was a big candle here. This was all about news. This was all about the news release. We had the, what was it again? It was the roadmap. It was the Trump, I think, partnership. No, that one wasn't happening here. This was the Trump window, the election win. I think you can better compare it to this green candle here. We started going green again, and we had a slow move up. A slow move. This is what I'm waiting for. Especially what I'm waiting for after we cross here this 21-week simple moving average. I reckon there's a bigger game plan behind the minting though. I think the key thing is the failure of communications from proposal to now. I think there is something behind the scenes that we don't know about. I hope so. I think so as well, Pete. You're right. Communication was very bad. It was the worst. It's the worst part of it. Like what I tried to make the argument for Mr. Faith, but in all honesty, like this picture should clear up a lot of things, but it doesn't really do that. It does a bit. It does try to highlight a few things of the state of CRO today, and also the ambition. For example, with the CRO ETF, that's the first time we heard about that in the roadmap of crypto.com. I like to hear something, by the way, something like that. I still like to see that crypto.com mentions CRO from time to time. I hear people say, well, there are two different companies and two different things. It's true, but it's also not true, right? I mean, they're still so interconnected. In all honesty, they know very, very well at crypto.com that if their token price pumps, they have very happy customers. They have very happy customers, because I've seen a few statistics like a few days ago on Twitter. I unfortunately couldn't find them for today, but you can actually take a look at the holdings, because the holdings of crypto.com are quite transparent. Like they know, you can see what they got back for you, like 1-to-1. And CRO is actually a big part of that treasure. So if CRO is pumping, their treasury is pumping, and therefore, well, their customers are happy. That's kind of my thoughts here. But well, October, that was the Trump win and release of roadmap. That was great. Yeah, I was in. I was sipping a margarita, a cocktail somewhere in Cuba, and I remember just, waking up. I saw this AMA announcement. I saw the roadmap. It was like, oh, I want to be home. I want to talk and scream about CRO. Yeah, I was having holiday. Yeah. Still though, guys, it's all not that bad. I think the future's bright. Eric, welcome. Let's get it. Let's strap in, guys. Welcome, Eric. Baron, do you have price predictions for other coins? I do. What do you like to hear? We can go to Bitcoin quickly. So Bitcoin, we talked about this in a previous video, but the short-term, I would say midterm target for Bitcoin is 130. And after 130 for Bitcoin, we will go to, yeah, I think between 150 and 180. 150 and 180 for Bitcoin. That is my prediction for Bitcoin. That's based on, yeah. I'm actually thinking about it. Maybe it's a bit too high. Maybe 130 it's it for Bitcoin. Maybe 130 really is it for Bitcoin. That could be the case. But yeah, I would say the bull case. Yeah, let's say 150. 150 should be good. Ethereum, I'm actually really bullish about Ethereum. Ethereum has shown again with all the ZK layers, layer 2, layer 3. Ethereum still remains king regarding smart contracts. Solana tries, but Solana isn't really fit for purpose, I would say. It's very centralized. Solana is also still prone to network failures. So I still think Ethereum will be king. Might not be the king of NFTs, might not be the king of GameFi. It will be the king though of the generic folks. I think Ethereum will go to about 12k. 12k. If Bitcoin goes to 150, what would be the price of CRO? What would be the price of CRO? Let's see. Then we have to go to CRO Bitcoin. Well, or currently, if we're talking about the now price, if nothing happens here, then CRO will go to 15 cents. If nothing happens here, this will not stay the same though. But if Bitcoin goes to 150 and this stays the same, then 15 cents for CRO. I think this will change though. Ooh, Chris is thinking about restaking. Guys, what do you think? Let me quickly open a poll. Would you restake now? I'm curious about the answer because I don't know. Let me not. Would you restake more CRO? No. Let me know, guys, in the chat. Poll is now open. Would you restake more CRO now? Restaking would mean a lockup of 1 year. 1 year lockup. Let's remind that. 1 year lockup. And Peter's asking what kind of restake? Yeah, DeFi. So the DeFi stake would mean 30-day lockup. Let's say this is the 1 year lockup for the cards. How your card CRO stake rewards are you getting the same amount every week? So Ramas, what's happening? I'm not entirely sure. So the CRO is getting compounded. So if you go take a look at your Visa card CRO, it is increasing every week because it's automatically compounding. So in theory, it should be increasing every week. However, I can't really show it to you. Let me check. How can I show you this? If you take a look at the rewards, the on-chain rewards, they are changing. Let me check if I can find them for you. The on-chain rewards are changing every day, basically. Let me check here. The DeFi desktop wallet. That's an application I haven't really used in a while. Staking. Yes, please. Let me stake. You guys can't see the screen yet, but let me show it to you. There we go. This is the staking platform, really, of the desktop DeFi wallet. And then we can delegate funds or restake. And here we should actually see how much APY we get. So if you have good eyes, I'm sorry guys, it's really small, I can't zoom in. But you can see here the APY of the DeFi staking, that Mr. Pete talked about. This is also, if I'm correct, this is also the amount you're getting on the card. So about 7%. That's also why typically it shows this strange little indicator, give or take 7%. It depends on this amount here. Mine is a certain percentage for crypto.com. It's like a staking management fee. So it's about 7%. However, the more people stake, the less this APY will be. So it's a good thing, guys. The more being staked, the less CRO is really in circulation. So long-term good thing. But yeah, now unfortunately for you guys, you will get less APY. When do you think altcoin season will begin? Yeah, this is the bullish case again, Kai. I think it might have already started. It might have already started here today or this week. Because let me show you. Let me show it to you. I think it might be a bit like this here. This is 2021. We went down like what we have experienced now. We also went up a bit again, but afterwards we went down again. And I think it might be something like that. And I made this overlay, and I think I can do it once more, so you can show it yourself as well. Let me get the bar pattern here. Let me get the bar pattern. It won't be an exact fit, unfortunately, but something like this. And I do need to bring it down. So this is how it's going to be, I think, give or take. It actually went, yeah, okay, I need to, let's go to the original one. Oh, apology, it doesn't work anymore. Hello? Okay. Ah, here it is. Anyways, just take a look at how close it is. It went to a high, went down again, and now it's give or take at the same level as back what you've seen in 2021. Give or take, right? It's not exact science. But if you see this continues to be a higher low, a lower high, no. Yeah, a lower high, that's what I should say. This is a lower high currently. If this continues to be like this, it might be altcoin season already. Soon. Or well, it is altcoin season in disguise, right? Because you want this. You want this, but this is the time that you need to convert. If you do it here, then here's when you're gonna have fun. Cliff, dude, thank you so much. Guys, 50 Canadian dollars here. Cliff Power, keep building, and thanks Coin Baron for the updates and your commitment to the Crow fam. Cliff, thank you so much, dude. Cliff, thank you very much. Out of words again. Dude, you're amazing. Don't forget to order your straps, by the way, Cliff. You can get some for free still. You can still get some for free. All the information is in the YouTube chat. YouTube post, I should say. Anyways, thanks again. Dude, crazy. I would certainly restake for the card. I have no issues with that one. I don't know. Depends. Again, it's a year-long lockup. Let me check what the chat is saying so far. You guys are saying... Let me check. 71% is saying no. 71% is saying no. 17 votes. Yeah, you gotta get some, man. Just to strap in. Again, thanks, man. Thank you very much. 71% is saying no to a restake. Restaking is more long-term thinking instead of going short-term. People get wrecked on short-term positions. That's true. But if you don't trust yourself, if you think, well, I'm really a more emotional trader, there's nothing wrong with that, right? I think that's actually, if you can recognize with yourself you're an emotional trader, I think that's very strong. That's a very strong suit of yourself, because I find it myself quite hard to actually see the wrongs in my doings, right? It's actually really good that you can actually recognize if you see your own shortcomings. So if you lock up now, you cannot sell. You simply cannot sell. So you cannot sell at the bottom. That's certainly true. Hey, Dara, welcome. So I would restake for the card, but not for anything else. Kind of what Peter's saying.
In theory, yes, but for my Indigo card, then in practice, no. Legacy saying, well, you do have the Obsidian at 9.5%. True. You get a bit of a bonus there. I don't know how it works there. I don't know how it works. Israel unstaked all my Crow. I think it's a safe approach. So if anyone wondering, I have nothing staked currently. Nothing actively, like, I do have the card. Okay, I do have the card. The card is about, I think, 5% of my Crow total. Yeah, this is about 5%. So if I don't sell my card stake, I could live without this cycle. I could definitely live without my cycle. But all the other things, it's in the arena, it's on the exchange, it's on the Cronos chain, it's everywhere, but not necessarily locked up. It's my own opinion, so I do kind of agree with the no votes. For the card, yeah, again, it depends. If the card, I don't recommend the card to be like more than 50% of your total Crow holdings. I wouldn't recommend that in general, I think. Again, that also depends. If you only have like the Indigo card, I think it's fine. You can definitely earn that one back just based on rewards. If anything higher, I recommend to diversify a bit into different positions, like the earn, the supercharge, or whatever you have in your country. It depends again. I usually average about 6.6 tokens a week for my card. This week, I only got 6.4. Interesting. For anyone wondering, by the way, Pete is tracking it for all of us. He's a hero. Thanks to him, we actually have all the needed statistics. So Indigo does only get the 4% though, the old rates. That's also why you only get 6 then, I guess. Hey guys, let's go Crow fam. I'm expecting big things for Crow in the next couple months. True that, man. Again, thank you very much, Cliff. People do short Crow, you know, I kind of feel sorry for you. People aren't compound staking, I feel sorry for you as well. People just don't learn in crypto. Well, again, maybe I'm thinking short term, Chris, but I think it's fine to go short, to think short term, because we're getting, yeah, well, we're not getting close. We're getting to a point at least where there's an opportunity. There is an opportunity to sell high and buy low again. That's how I see it myself. So let's do a bit of simulation here. Let's say guys, the rainbow chart is going to work perfectly as I predict. My prediction is that in the next coming weeks, well, I think we're actually going to go up again. We're going to go down again. Going to go up again. I think it's going to be something like this. This is a bad drawing because now already I'm in 2027 here. It's going to look something like this year. That's my prediction again. So a potential top here at about, I don't know, between it's between $1 to $4 in between there, guys, somewhere. That's my prediction. That's also what the rainbow chart tells me. So I just listen to the rainbow chart. The good thing though about the rainbow chart is it also gives you lows. So after touching that $1 or $4, whatever, it also tells you that to buy back in the green zone here, in between 20 cents and I think about 40 cents. So there's a crazy opportunity in between here. A crazy one to sell high, buy low. It's dangerous though. It's very risky. It's something that I would like to try to do. I've been semi-successful in that last cycle. So if anyone wondering, I bought at about 5 cents first cycle in 2019. I like to sell at 50. I would have loved to sell about at 50 cents. That was my target. So that would have been the 10x. That was my original goal, to go 10x. Unfortunately, I ended up selling a bit about here.
about 46 or no, even less, 42. About 42 cents. I don't know exactly. Didn't sell my whole back. I never, guys, sell my whole back. But it kind of works. And I think I bought back in. At about 12 cents. So could have been better for sure. But it's hard to predict absolute bottoms and to predict absolute tops. So that's why I tell you guys, sell in these ranges. Sell in these ranges or buy in these ranges. It's about ranges, not about absolute numbers. Okay, let's get back to the chat, guys. I prefer to sell high in the alt season, but I have no clue when it will start. Therefore, I just unstaked all my CRO just in case. In the long term, it's better, I believe. That's true. I definitely think that's true. It's safe. Better be safe than sorry. Better be safe than sorry. Pedo, I like to go against the tide. Rebel. Absolute rebel. I personally would not restake since I would need $1,000 more for the J Green. Yeah, that's also a thing. That's also a thing. So if you want to restake for certain card tiers, you now need some more money. 61% now saying no. Always restake for as long as possible, earning free tokens. That's true. That's true. But you can also use Supercharger or anything else with no lockup required. So again, that's why I recommend, guys, if you go above IC White, try to diversify. Maybe have a card with a year-long stake, but also have a bit more flexible terms available as well. Like the DeFi wallet. The DeFi wallet, only 30 days, the same percentage. The same or even more percentage than what you would get on different options. The Greek Geek expects about $2 by the end of 2025, but 20 by the end of 2030. Ooh, 2030. Again, I hate to talk about these long-term targets. I need to wait and see. Also, especially with the 70 billion mint. I'm also still playing this new season, guys. Currently, we have the new season available for Main City. If you didn't see my unpacking video, I also made this video unpacking my new lands. It was quite funny. I actually got a mythical land, so quite expensive, worth about $1,500. But I would like to show you something else. Yeah, so again, the 70 billion mint here, it's still in this wallet. Pete has no issue staking his cards. It's all about the card benefits to grow his bags. 71% that said no, bought high. I haven't sold any CRO and kept restaking it and earning money every day. You're living the passive life dream, don't you, Mr. Chris? Johnny went for the 3-month term. Good. I might go for the 3-month term. For the earn. Not too bad. What's the percentage, Johnny? What's the percentage? Okay, CRO is now officially red on the day. Interesting. It just dropped below the level here. I do hope we're gonna have a bit of a bounce. Again, according to this pattern here, it might jump in between like this for the next few hours. Might even go down. That's the honest answer here. But why do I say it most likely will go up? Well, because this is a bullish setup. The bullish wedge flag. And the target, the actual target, we can actually set a target. I think it should be going to around 12 cents, but I need to check. So the bull flag from the breakout point. Let's say it's going to break out here. Yes, it's going to send you to about 12 cents. That's the technical target. No guarantees given. No guarantees given here. Ooh, I'll be getting the top of tier 1 on crypto earn. So that means you will get less CRO, I guess. I have the higher tier, the less you get, right? Something like that. Deborah, you know, I've been thinking long term since 2021.
Staking from 2021, and now it's time to take some profit. That's a fair take. I'm with you, Dara. I'm with you. Chris said himself, hold him to account if we are disappointed with CRO price action. I'm going to do that, definitely. It's very bold to say that to investors. Also, Chris said something in the lines of, you have to think not in cents, but in dollars. So, looking good. Ramas, yes way, he said that. It either means he truly believes in CRO and Cronos, or he's a big scammer. I like to believe he truly believes. Me too. Ooh, I earn about 5,000 CRO monthly between staking and cart rewards. If CRO goes to $1, that is an extra 60,000 for about a year in time. Just from free CRO. It's a no-brainer. And that's actually really good, yeah. That's what I like to think about any CRO I spend or any CRO I sell as it being $1. The minute, guys, we start the stream, we start one big dump fest here. So we are currently just below this level. Interesting, very interesting. As Bitcoin decides, well, it is not today. We are exactly back here. This is super interesting. And let me explain why what currently is happening is very interesting. We're right back at this level, right? Right back at this level. This is a retest. This is a very specific retest here of this structure. And the interesting thing is that we set this short-term lower high, a higher high, I mean. But it also is exactly the same as what we've seen here earlier. I think from here we will have a rebound. I think we'll go up from here again. It might not be that big of a bounce though, but it'll also be something like this. Very interesting. Also, whenever Bitcoin dumps, Cronos just likes to fly to the downside. And also you can see that here on the CRO Bitcoin chart. It is though at the ranges. It is exactly at the ranges of this channel. So again, my belief would be that in the next few hours before we close the week, it's going to bounce up again. That's my belief here. If you were to stake for the 3 months, do you get compound rewards? I haven't done the earn in a long time, Johnny. I'm gonna be honest there. In my experience though, you just get the earn straight. So you get every week you get rewards, and you can decide what to do with that yourself. You can stake it again or not. So not automatically compounded. Personally, I think we're nowhere close to an all season yet, which is why I haven't unstaked my CRO from the DeFi wallet. Makes sense. And even if we are in an altcoin season, you have more than enough time to still do that. It's so interesting, guys. It is exactly what we see here. We go to this line. I do like to see my TA sometimes play out, because it might sound like just drawing some lines, but you see how it respects this. It goes to the line. It goes to the line and bounces up directly. Just some imaginary lines, but very strong imaginary lines. Anyways, yeah, Bitcoin, it's going back in the green today. Green day, green candle. I think that CRO might go to retest the Bollinger Band, the middle Bollinger Band, and close inside the pattern by the end of the day. I need to check that. I need to check a few things. I also need to check the song. The Only Way Is Up. 6% for 3 months and 15% for the year, but I would not want to risk the whole year just in case we go parabolic. That makes sense. 6% though is not bad, I would say, for 3 months. Is it? It's not bad. No, actually, it's quite bad. If anything, maybe, Johnny, you can go with the DeFi wallet. The DeFi wallet stake. Because that's actually 7%. I'm almost 7%, and it's not a 3-month lockup, but a 1-month lockup.
The only way is up is from the plastic population and the jazz. Okay, okay. Chris also said that he thinks the cycle will peak later. So the 1 year from the AMA would put us potentially peak of the market. So probably see the $1 plus at that moment. So I can't complain at that point. Yeah, I still think Chris is wrong in this with his opinion here. But we'll see. I think I'm going to peak earlier than he believes. We also had a quite early peak with Bitcoin earlier, just before the halving already. So I don't know what anyone is saying a late peak, but early peak is still in the cards. Definitely still in the cards. Cliff is saying, well, it's very important to not get greedy. And currently I'm set up to take profits on the way up and leave my staking amount there for the long term. I like that. Hey, welcome, Bait. Strap in. Love the profile picture, by the way. Where do you see VVS going? Well, on the short term, down. Now, let me quickly check. I'm typically not that impressed by reward tokens. Like, the use case of VVS, it's very slim. Some people say that VVS is crypto.com is a reward token, or CRO is a reward token, but you need CRO to first stake. You need CRO to do this. You need CRO to do that. You need CRO. Where do you need VVS for? You can use the product fine without getting VVS. So it's stabilizing. It seems. I don't know. Not to be bearish on your altcoin, but it needs change. It needs demand. It needs growth. I have a good one, Israel. Hey, Chef as well. Yeah, long term. I need to see the roadmap. Pro on the daily has dropped to test the middle Bollinger Band. So let's hope it bounces back into that descending wedge pattern. Let's see. Yeah, I also need to see Crow Bitcoin bounce. I need to see. I wanna have some good times again, guys. But I can see now that it's bouncing up from this pattern again. So interesting times, guys. I am still wasted. I have been waving flaps. I have been singing songs all day long. My my voice is hurt. So I need to lie down, get ready for next week. So guys, I would say let's strap in. I think it's going to be a very interesting week. So far, what we've seen for Bitcoin is actually quite decent in the relative short term as well. This is this is a perfect retest. Don't complain about this. This is an opportunity. This is great. This is textbook how you want to see things like this. Beautiful. So let's hope it's going to be like this when we end the week. I'm ready. I've been born ready, I guess. Smash the like button. Important one. Smash the like button. Have a good night. Enjoy. And I will see you next week. Till Thursday. Okay, guys.